A bright afternoon in the northeast of England. The 2 million people who are about to find themselves under ever tighter restrictions, trying to make the most of maybe one last day of freedom, but as confused as ever about what the rules actually mean.
When we've got the little ones going to school and someone's picking it up at school and having to come home, we've got 4 children, and having to isolate the 4 children and getting on with your life, it's just impossible.
You've got local lockdown restrictions, and then Boris comes on and tells you about other restrictions, and then we've just been told about these fines we're going to have, and some people are confusing the local lockdown issues with the nationwide issues.
If anyone could be expected to explain what the new rules are, you'd think it would be the Prime Minister.
You should follow the guidance of local authorities, but it's 6 in a home or 6 in hospitality, but as I understand it, not 6 outside.
An hour or so later, he was apologising on Twitter because he'd got that wrong. In Durham, Northumberland, Gateshead, Newcastle, North and South Tyneside and Sunderland, meeting members of another household inside, whether in the home or a bar or a restaurant, will be illegal, with fines starting at £400 and up to £6,400 for repeat offenders. But people are only being advised not to meet others outside. Local government leaders say these new rules have come too suddenly and with no explanation.
They're desperately trying to say it's my responsibility and your responsibility, members of the public, by confusing people. And it's unfair, and we need a clearer message.
The city of Sunderland is bracing itself for the rules coming into force. Ian has spent 11 years of his life building a restaurant business and complied with all the rules, but his trade is down by 50%, partly because customers don't know what's allowed and what isn't.
Honestly, sometimes we don't know what's going on. We follow it as best we can. It is very, very confusing. There isn't, unfortunately, the way they release the news, we can't understand what's happening at all. We just have to shoot from the hip and just try the best we can.
But one thing will soon become clear, whether those who break the rules will stop just because they might be fined. Damon Green, ITV News in South Shields.